Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
Sometimes that will happen. This is a secret part of the show that carries on even when I'm not present. So if you guys, only catch this on YouTube, you're missing out on all the stuff that happens when I have to randomly get disconnected in the Discord. So I was able to catch parts of your conversation. I'm glad that you were able to carry on. I see. I knew you guys would get along. I told Chandler that you were coming, and I was like, "You guys are gonna get along great," because I knew you guys could connect over music, and just Chandler's also wildly creative. Uh, I'm glad you guys have been able to meet up. We
you're welcome.
Yeah, pretty good to me.
and thank you, Hueless Flower, for being here with us tonight. Um, we have about a few more minutes, about 15 minutes left of the show. But I wanted to ask you about where you are at now. Obviously, we're going to leave the agency that you work at off the air. But you said that you're working as a shredder right now, along with being a
Yes.
videographer. Now, what is a shredder, and what does that mean to you?
Uh, a shredder is pretty much like a shooter editor. So,
Oh, okay,
like
got
that. Yeah, I shoot everything. I edit everything. I also do special effects, and I do all of the sound. Sometimes I have a sound person that works with me. Sometimes I have other people do voiceovers, but I also do the voiceovers for a lot of the stuff that I do.
I get
So,
you. Like you were saying, the one man band, and we
yeah.
definitely hit on that. With that,
Mhm.
yeah, where you kind of you have to be doing all of those things. Um,
Yeah,
for
and plus like when you're doing a lot of shooting too, because like the I work out a lot. I lift weights to like 3 to 7 times a week
oh wow,
to
okay,
keep up with like what I do. Because when I'm shooting, it's very, very physical. Um, the kind of stuff that I do, I shoot for like um primarily jewelry stores.
okay,
So
obviously
I'm
high
like
end.
shooting. Yeah, I shoot in like their jeweler's workshop. I shoot in front of the store. I shoot with people interacting with customers. Um, I I'm doing multiple things at once, and I'm just running back and forth for like 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
So, and I'm very physically used to it at this point. Um, but like any kind of like shooting that you do, like even if you're doing like a documentary, if you're running around with the camera, you have to be physically apt for it.
That's true. I mean, even though cameras have gotten smaller, they're still real heavy. Um,
Yeah, because I use a beerless Canon camera
okay.
for the majority of the stuff that I do, but I'm like running around with a gimbal, and I don't use like an attachment, like a waist attachment or
I was gonna
anything to
say like
carry it.
to the body.
It's all
Ah,
arms all day.
wow. Six to
Yeah,
8 hours. Yeah, no, wow.
yeah. Yeah, I'm built like a tank.
I know that you've gotten your rig as light as you can. What would you say the poundage is on that?
Ooh, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Um,
Two
but
small chihuahuas?
it does get heavy
Right. I
for
mean, obviously
other
the
people.
prolonged carrying. Yeah, it could be 5 pounds, but if you're carrying 5 pounds outstretched in your hands all day long, it does get very heavy. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a Canon mirrorless camera for just like the scope of it, and it's a DJI gimbal. So I
I'm
don't
just,
really know the
I'm
poundage on it,
just
but
trying to.
like it hurts after a while.
Yeah, no, I bet. And then how often are you doing those shoots?
Every couple weeks usually
Okay,
during
gotcha.
certain times of the year. Yeah. So, like, on top of, like, doing some of the stuff that I do at work, like, I also do my own camera stuff sometimes, like, outside of work too. So,
Like documentary type stuff?
that I've been trying to catch a lot of, like, different music stuff. I'm hoping to do, like, more, like, music documentary style stuff. I'm planning on doing, some documentary work with musicians in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to focus on something like that. That's a big project I'm trying to work on.
Oh,
Um,
fun. Okay.
so So just like capturing musical performances and then talking to the different musicians in the area is a big
Yes.
focus.
That's
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a cool. I mean, even as like a series of shorts or something, right? D Focus on different bands. Because that kind of brings
Yeah.
together all the things that you said that you originally were inspired by, like music videos, uh, just like that sort of thing, right?
Yeah. And I started doing like little segments back when I was working for the television station with different bands, and I was really hoping to keep carrying that, but me and the TV station parted ways. Um, so like I was like thinking like I could do that same kind of format and just produce it myself. So I'm looking into like the different history of what I could focus on in this area because a lot of musicians and artists in general in the UP, I think that people become super creative up here because they're so isolated, especially when you're stuck in snow for half the year.
Yep,
So what
100%. I
else are
said that
you
about
going to
Chicago
do?
also. Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna create art during
right,
that time
right,
because you're just stuck inside most of the time.
right.
And you're surrounded by nature too, which is very inspiring up here.
100%. Yeah, exactly. You're
Mhm.
seeing all the shapes, and so of course that's affecting your brain to think creatively as well, because we're seeing the patterns in nature. So I can see that. Yeah. So you're looking at it as kind of like not just the bands themselves, but kind of like a social commentary about like why art begins to exist, or like a
Eh,
documentary along those
and
lines.
kind of and I wanna kind of focus on it just like in this region. Like why do
Specifically, yeah.
people
So,
choose this path here?
hmm.
You know? And I don't think that there's been a huge focus on like documentary about that specific area and the bands that have come out of this area in general.
No, I can't say that I've heard of that. So that sounds like you actually have a really interesting topic to cover. So that's cool. That's be an exciting Hueless Flower project to be coming out in the
Mhm.
future. Now you say you're looking at that currently is kind of like, is it like in the planning stages at all, or is it just like kind of
It
musings on it?
that one is in the planning stages.
Oh, fun. Okay. That's super cool. And have you covered like some interviews and some bands?
I'm looking to try to figure out like which bands to cover.
Okay.
My husband was in a band many years ago that I have like backlogged videos that I used to record of them.
Ooh, okay.
So like from like the early 2000s, I have a lot of footage and a couple
Fun.
of other bands in the area that played around then. I've been doing a lot of like music video stuff for many years that I can just like go back and look at.
Oh,
A lot
so much
of a lot of
B-roll.
indie bands, a lot of rock bands, a lot of punk bands that were in the area. Um, some of them are very successful.
That's the question I
Uh,
was going to ask you. And are you still connected with them, or do you think you feel like you could reach out and be like, hey, this is what's going on, and you would have like an in with them?
most of them, I still know a lot of the people that were in those bands
Nice.
from the area,
That
and then
is super fun.
others too. Like my husband's been a musician for a long time. He knows a lot of people, so it's a very exciting thing to be involved with.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
and the history of the music here, I find is very interesting too. Like my husband's father, he was in a comedy music group too. It was called the Youpers that got very popular.
Okay, actually, I know
Um,
of them as a group. That's
yeah,
your husband's father, or one
yeah.
he's part of the group. Okay. Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't realize we were
So
so connected to fame here. I'm pretty
yeah,
excited actually. Yeah. Fantastic.
I've got a lot of miscellaneous connections to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that is definitely one. Um, so that's really cool. That sounds like that would be really fun because I'm interested. I love music, musicians also like in the history. So I didn't realize that you're saying that so many had come from that one place. And
Mhm.
that would be interesting to understand why. Do you have any theories? I mean, besides just the cold and the being inside, is there and being in nature, is there something like in the water or anything? Like it's not Flint, is it?
No. But I've always thought like probably the environment and the seasons
Okay,
probably
right, that's
affect
fair.
people up here to make them a little more creative. It's definitely made me more creative living up here as long as I have been.
Yeah, I definitely felt whenever I got back in nature, like I was surrounded by nature, I was definitely more creativity was pouring out of me. When I was in LA and it was mainly the same temperature and the same look of the sun, like all year round, I just felt like it's like sapped something out of me. Probably the concrete and the culture there too is a different. You don't have time to just like sit because everything's moving all the time, which I think
Hmm.
creativity you need. You need that quiet as much as you need the fast pace. Like in your where you're at now, you have to run for 6 8 hours to get all this stuff, but then you need the what is it? Probably to edit that, you're gonna need 12 hours to cut that all together, something like that. Where you're quietly sitting just doing the work.
Yeah, like the typically like I shoot a bunch of stuff and then I organize it for a very long time and then like I just
That's a great
fit out
example. Yeah.
spots.
Yeah, where you like
So,
you just need this quiet collection, like like assembly, right? So that you know what it is. And I feel like yeah, if you're not in an environment that you don't get that, you're not going to get that creativity. You can grind stuff out, but I feel like it doesn't have that same spark to it, right? Like, the sitting in nature and responding to what nature looks like.
mhm,
We are in the last
that's
5 minutes of the show, so we're going to be wrapping this up. Again, Hulis, thank you for being here with us, along with Chandler and our audience, Evan. We're glad that you're here. I just about I cut you off. You were having some thoughts. I would like to hear them. Sorry about that.
oh, that's okay. Um,
It was in response
I
to it's better. You need moments of quiet where you can reflect nature, and then that's where that creativity comes from, or moments of creativity can come from. That was kind of
it you do need moments of quiet to assemble your thoughts, but like also like I love moments of like chaos too. That can also spike some creativity.
yeah. Well, it's more like there's the balance, right? Like you have to have the running around and doing all these chaotic things. Where it's heavy and you shoot the people and like you're gathering all that and then you need that coming to recollect and like refocus it. Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, and that so for people who are you are hyper creative, and I think that we have definitely heard in all the ways that that is true in this last like 90 minutes or so. Um, for someone else who is maybe they feel like they're drawn to that same sort of way, what advice would you give to them as far as how to maintain that or continue, or like what are some good thoughts for them?
I always tell people like if you want to learn something and you have no resources, look it up online, look up books, go to the library, find somebody that you're inspired by, get a hold of them, ask them questions, ask me questions if if you're interested. Um, my website is huelessflower.com, so
And
you
you
can
can
contact
reach
me through
out if you guys are
through
hearing
that.
this. Yeah, she just invited you to reach out, so know that you can do that.
Um, anything that you want to learn, you can do it. Even if you can't like get yourself into like an educational setting, you can learn how to do things yourself. There's nothing stopping you but yourself.
That is probably the best advice we have gotten on this show altogether, right? The only thing that's stopping you is yourself. Uh, Especially now, right? There was probably a time where if you didn't know how to do something because there was no cobbler in your town, you couldn't learn how to cobble. But you can, if you want to cobble, there's tons of YouTube videos about how to do cobbling. I don't know that. I haven't looked them up. I'm positive that they exist. Uh,
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of videos about cobbling.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, you know what? I'm pretty sure people are nerdy in that way, and they would love to do that. And that's literally whatever you want to be into. So there is nothing stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you is whether or not you're going to be dedicating the time to do it. You said that you
Yeah,
have,
the biggest thing is like if you don't have the inspiration either, you have to really push yourself to do it. Just do it.
right,
That's
it's not going to happen. You have to show your LaBeouf, right? Like you just go
right.
out and do it.
Hmm.
So it sounds like you have a routine for your day. Is that true? I mean, because you have all these things you have to
I
do, work, exercise, learn some more, take care of the dogs.
uh, yeah, pretty much. Like the I wake up early. Um, Not many people wake up as early as I do. I
Okay.
usually wake up like at 4:30 or 5:30. I go to the gym, work out, go to work, schedule time to learn something like in the afternoon. So
Okay.
that's pretty much like how I sculpture my day. And then
Gotcha.
sometimes I'll try to like make some time like during the week where I go and catch music or something too. Try to find something that inspires you, run out
Okay. And
and find it.
make time to do that.
Mm,
Okay, gotcha. It's just the same way as creating art is deliberate as well as accidental explorations, discoveries. It sounds like you're saying that your life should be a deliberate action also. You used the word sculpt in one of the conversations we had previously and here also, and that sounds like just a very deliberate action of you have an intention of what you would like to work towards and you shape your reality towards that. Does that sound
hmm.
true?
Yeah, like the what I've kind of sculpted myself into an amalgamation of many things, but I'm always interested in everything.
Hmm.
The and I don't like to stop myself from learning anything.
Hmm.
So I'm constantly going.
I
And
think,
also
uh, and also,
and and also like the just like even if you're like dreaming of learning something or if you have like if you wanted to be a news reporter for instance like that you can go out and like find what you want and try to figure out how to do it. There's no stopping you really.
it's no stopping you. That's awesome. I think that's going to be a really good place for us to end this show. Again, Hueless Flower, thank you so much for joining us
You're welcome.
today. HuelessFlower.com if you want to check out her artwork, videography, all the fantastic work she does. Reach out to her with any questions. We're here with Chandler Fleming on Chandler, and we will be getting back to composing later this weekend, I imagine. And you can find Chandler on SoundCloud at the Flamingo Music. Uh, so I think Chandler, you have a new album coming out or a new EP coming out in a couple weeks, right?
Tentatively, it should be in August.
Okay,
So,
sweet. We're about halfway through August, so
yeah, we'll have to see about the release date, but I'm working on the last song for it. So,
cool. Well, we are excited about that as also. Um, Evan, thank you for being here. I imagine you're waving on your side of the camera. Uh, even though I can't see you, you cannot see me. Again, guys, thank you for joining us for Chandler, a Constant Space podcast. This is Skip Marazzi, a writer and actor for Constant Space. We're glad to have you, and we will see you guys all in the next one. And bye.
Bye.
bye.